Today we are going to be tackling the question, who is Jesus? Now we only have a few minutes here together, and this is a huge question. And so we can't cover everything in this video, but at the end, I'll share a resource with you if you want to dig deeper into this question, who is Jesus? And this question is the most important one that you'll answer as you contemplate Christianity. This is the basis, the foundation for everything else in the Christian faith. How you answer this question will determine how you step forward in your understanding of who God is and whether or not you take further steps towards the Christian faith. So this question, it's a big deal. Historically speaking, Jesus of Nazareth was a Jewish man who lived under the rule of ancient Roman Empire. He was born into a poor Jewish family that was familiar with oppression, and they faced daily examples of struggle under the force and the violence of Rome. There's really not a question among scholars and historians that this man, Jesus, was a real person who walked this earth. But that's not really the question we wrestle with when we're asking who Jesus is. We look beyond the historical reality of the man Jesus to determine who he is in regards to his teaching and what impact that has on our lives today. So to help answer this, I'm going to borrow from the teaching and insight of C.S. Lewis. So based on what we hear Jesus saying, what we see Jesus doing, we're left with only 3 plausible answers to who is Jesus. These 3 answers are: he was a lunatic, a crazy person who said he was divine and one with God, and he actually believed it to be true, but in fact it wasn't. That's our first option. The second is that he was a masterful liar. He made these lofty claims about himself, and he knew they were not true, but he actively worked to deceive those around him. The third option is that what he said about himself was in fact true, that he is the Lord, the Messiah, the Savior of the world. So there we have it. Jesus is either a lunatic, a liar, or the Lord. But you may ask, can't Jesus just be a prophet, a great moral teacher like the Buddha, like Muhammad? Although Jesus was a great moral teacher, he does not leave us the option to say that he was only that. He claimed to be one with God. You see, other prophets, they point outside of themselves to the way of truth. Jesus, on the other hand, he points to himself. This is clearly seen in John 14:6, where it says, Jesus told him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one can come to the Father except through me. Jesus claimed to be the truth, the way, the life. This removes the option from us to believe he was only a good moral teacher. We have to wrestle with the claims of the divinity he made about himself. Jesus himself knew that this was going to be a question that all would have to wrestle with at some point. We see him asking his own disciples this question in Matthew 16. And there it says, "Who do people say that I am?" Well, they replied, some say John the Baptist, some say Elijah, and others say Jeremiah or another prophet. Then he asked them, who do you say that I am? Simon Peter answered him by saying, you are the Messiah, the Son of the living God. The question, who is Jesus, was being asked from the very beginning. And it is the question that continues to be asked. We each have to answer this question for ourselves. Well, I choose to answer the question, who is Jesus? by claiming with confidence that he was not a lunatic, he was not a liar, but he truly is who he said he was. He is the Lord. If you would like to dig deeper and continue wrestling with this question, who is Jesus, I would highly recommend the book by author John Ortberg titled, Who is This Man? And you can find a link to that resource in the comments below. So keep thinking, keep processing, and keep asking questions.